proving is subtle because from the outside, it looks like growth. More clients, more offers, more effort, more visibility. But internally, there's a little different energy driving it. I need to show that I can do this. I need to make this work. I need to prove I belong here. And that energy feels very different in the body. It's tighter, more urgent, and less spacious. Welcome to the Manifest and Chill podcast. My name is Tracy Ftacek, and I guide and coach high-achieving women to manifest the life and dream they desire while learning to chill the fuck out in the process. Let's dive in. Well, hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to the Manifest and Chill podcast. I'm Tracy Ftacek, and the last episode we talked about discernment and how the real leadership skill in this next era is not execution. It's choosing wisely. Well, today we're going to talk about something that sits underneath a lot of overwork, over-responsibility, and burnout. It's called proving, because unfortunately, a lot of high-achieving women are not scaling. They're still proving that they have the worth and the ability and the skill set to make it all happen. So the problem is, proving can be disguised as ambition, and you get the positive reinforcement of this, right? High-achieving women are often rewarded early in life for being the capable one, for their achieving, for their performing, for their holding it all together. So proving becomes familiar. It becomes comfortable, and over time, it becomes automatic, even when it's no longer necessary. So what happens? All right, let's walk in this scenario. You build a business, but you're still leading it from the identity of someone who needs to prove. And what that creates, it creates overworking, over-delivering, difficulty receiving, aka support, and a constant internal pressure to do more, be more, and show up more. And this is not because you lack strategy. You have a lot of that going on, but because the energy underneath the strategy hasn't evolved is what makes it all feel and be so fragile. Now, science supports what I'm talking about here. There is strong research in psychology showing that when motivation is driven by external validation, proving worth, gaining approval, and avoiding failure, it creates higher levels of stress and lower long-term satisfaction. I mean, if you think about it, if you care, it's stressful. And caring to prove. If you do not feel like you have anything to prove, then you're not working to show a deservedness or because of imposter syndrome. You don't give a fuck. You're doing because there is innately a satisfaction to the achieving for yourself. It's called extrinsic motivation. And while it can drive short-term performance, it is not sustainable for long-term leadership. Sorry, even when I was trying to learn Chinese, my one friend said to me, "You have a lazy tongue," which is why I tend to slur or mispronounce words sometimes. But it is what it is, and I don't give a fuck. So stay with me. Sustainable leadership requires internal safety, not constant validation. And I've lived this experience. I've lived all of this. There was a version of me that built success through proving, through perfectionism, proving I could build something, proving I could succeed, proving I was capable. And guess what? It worked until it didn't. Because all that proving creates was this compressed pressure that was ready to bubble over at any moment. And that pressure is not a stable foundation for scaling. At some point, I had to ask myself, do I want to keep proving or do I want to lead? That question changed everything. And inside Manifest and Chill methodology that I created and teach is we separate proving energy from powerful leadership. Proving energy, I'll give you a couple examples here. It sounds like I have to make this work. I need to show them. I can't slow down. But when you're coming from a place from power, my friends, power sounds like I choose what aligns. I don't need to overextend. And this one's huge when you're trying to build and scale into a multi-7-figure business that you want to someday exit from. I trust what I'm building. Let me say that last one again. I trust what I'm building. So therefore, it's the same business you're building, but you have a different internal experience. And I've got, as always, I promise you a hack, a trick, a tip, a suggestion, a guidance piece, a micro practice for proving that you are not or are coming through a checkpoint of the proving. The next time you feel urgency around your business, I need to invite you to pause and ask, am I doing this to expand or to prove something? And be really fucking honest with yourself. Your body will tell you immediately. Proving feels tight. Power, well, it feels steady. And in this world of AI where everything is accelerating, content, strategy, execution, which means it's easier than ever to produce more. But production is not the same as leadership. If proving is still driving your decisions, AI will amplify that pressure. You'll just prove faster. The women who thrive in this next era will not be the ones doing the most. They'll be the ones who no longer feel the need to prove anything. If you're unsure whether you're scaling from alignment or still operating from that proving angle, I have a quiz for you, completely free. It's the Energy Alignment Diagnostic, and it will help you see clearly. It's down in the show notes if you'd like to click through. It will show you whether this is a season to scale, rebuild, or reset your structure. The link is in the show notes again. And clarity on this, it will shift everything. And I'm opening up and accepting applications right now for the Energy Aligned Business Strategy. This is where we unwind this pattern, not by removing your ambition, but by removing the pressure underneath it. Inside EABS, we will reduce over responsibility, recalibrate leadership identity that forms with your ID, and build structure that supports you. We're also going to create growth in your business that doesn't require constant proving. So if you have a 1-year, 3-year, or 5-year game plan of wanting to scale to 7+ multi-figures and or exit successfully, then this is the program for you. Because the goal is not to prove that you can build success. The goal is to build success that actually supports you. Closing everything out today, I just want you to know you don't need to prove you belong here. You already do. And next week, we're going to talk about something that will change how you make decisions entirely. Trust me on this one. I'll talk to you soon. I love you all so much. If you found any value or enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear from you. Feel free to DM me over on Instagram, shoot me a message via email at tracy@tracyftacek.com, or leave me a review below. I would be so grateful. Until next time, I love you all so much.